In the most precarious corners of esoteric history lies a book that was once forbidden by its revolutionary content, whispering ancestral secrets about the cosmos and our own existence. The Kybalion. This enigmatic work, attributed to anonymous sages of Hermeticism, was considered so powerful in its wisdom that its knowledge remained hidden, accessible only to those initiated in the deepest arts. But what is the Kybalion, and why was it forbidden? How can a compendium of antiquity promise such a radical transformation in the perception of our reality? The Kybalion, the forbidden teaching. The Kybalion, a work wrapped in mystery and wisdom, is believed to have been created by the Kybalion in 1908 by the three initiates. It is said that it was written in Chicago, although the text itself bears a veil of anonymity, attributing its authorship to these uninitiated initiates who claim knowledge of the Hermetic teachings transmitted from antiquity. The purpose of this text was to condense the 7 Hermetic principles, philosophies, which go back to the legendary Hermes Trismegistus, in 7 comprehensible and applicable principles, thus providing a guide for those who seek to understand the underlying laws of the universe and how they can be applied to personal and spiritual growth. Its creation was motivated by the desire to make these millennium teachings accessible in an era of growing interest in esotericism and the world. The Kybalion, the forbidden teaching, was written in 1908 by the 3 initiates of the Hermetic order to build a new world. Therein have been constructed franchises of the spiritual, hedonism, esotericism, and the mystic riskistic philosophy on heaven. With the Kabbalah mentioned and consistently coming to the fore with there alone, artistic knowledge has not yet come. Nor is it. It is an invite to look at the world and ourselves of existence. From the idea that everything is mind, to the principle of gender that permeates each aspect of the cosmos, these principles reveal a sophisticated and esoteric understanding of reality. But this book is more than a simple collection of 7 principles. It is a bridge between the past and the present, a legacy of wisdom that has influenced Western philosophy and esoteric practices throughout history. From medieval alchemists to modern mystics, Hermeticism has permeated various cultures and eras, leaving an immeasurable mark on our collective journey towards understanding. Thus, the Kybalion is erected not only as a manual of wisdom, but also as a way to improve our knowledge of ancient wisdom, yet also as a testimony to human searching for understanding the incomprehensible. By immersing ourselves in its pages, we are invited to explore a world of infinite possibilities, to reconsider our perception of reality, and to awaken a knowledge that has been waiting for centuries to be rediscovered. Welcome to the fascinating and mysterious world of Kybalion. The 7 mysteries of the Kybalion, the 7 Hermetic principles of equivalence, are perceived as a series of universal laws, each related to the others, to form an objective understanding of reality. The first principle of equivalence is that of mentalism. This introduces us to the idea that everything is in your mind, implying that the universe itself is a mental construction. This vision suggests that our reality is a reflection of the universal mind, and that our thoughts and perceptions have an immense power to shape our experience of the world. This concept finds echoes in modern physics, especially in quantum mechanics, where observation not only reveals but also affects observed reality. Understand mentalism. This principle of equivalence opens us to the possibility that through conscious thought and intention, we can influence the very plot of our existence. On the other hand, the principle of equivalence offers us the famous axiom, as it is above, it is below. As it is below, it is above. This principle suggests that there is harmony, a correspondence between the multiple planes of existence that we observe in the cosmos are reflected in all levels of reality, from the astronomical patterns to the internal processes of the human mind. The understanding of this principle allows us to see the similarities between the macrocosm and the microcosm, and use this knowledge to better understand the mysteries that surround us. Philosophers and scientists have used this principle to build bridges between heaven and earth, the spirit and matter, the macro and the micro. The third principle is that of vibration. This teaches us that nothing is immobile. Everything moves. Everything vibrates. Everything in the universe, from the largest of galaxies to the smallest particle, is in constant movement, vibrating to its own unique frequency. This perpetual movement is the heart behind the transformation and the manifestation of everything in reality. Vibration is the basis of the music of the universe, and by understanding and harmonizing with these frequencies, we can improve our lives, heal, create, and transform. Modern physics, with its exploration of waves and particles, frequencies, and energies, gives us a scientific understanding of how vibration permeates and defines everything that exists. The fourth principle is the principle of polarity. This is a fascinating reminder of the duality inherent in everything in the universe. Everything we experience has an opposite. Heat and cold, light and darkness, happiness and sadness. However, these are not really conflicting opposites, but conflictual opposites. However, these are not really conflicting opposites, but conflictual opposites, but extremes of the same spectrum. In everyday life, understanding the polarity means seeing how joy can contain the seed of sadness and vice versa. In practice, this can help us maintain emotional balance and find harmony, even in difficult situations, recognizing that every state has its inherent opposite with which we can work. In scientific terms, we could consider polarity as the basis of concepts like antimatter in physics, where each particle has an equivalent. Rhythm is another universal principle that points to the constant and immutable course of cycles in everything that surrounds us. We observe rhythm in the seasons of the year, in the cycle day-night, and even in economic and social patterns. Recognizing and understanding these rhythms allows us to flow with them instead of resisting. For example, farmers plant and harvest at the rhythm of the seasons, and businesses plan according to cyclical economic trends. In our personal life, being aware of our own internal cycles, such as biorhythms or emotional states, can significantly improve our decision-making and general well-being. Scientists use this principle to predict natural phenomena and better understand the universe. The sixth principle is perhaps the most curious. This is the principle of gender. Expressed in the Kybalion, as gender is in everything, everything has its masculine and feminine principles. It is a powerful statement about duality and complementarity that impregnates the entire universe. Beyond a mere biological distinction, this principle refers to energetic qualities inherent to all forms of existence. The masculine principle is often associated with aspects such as assertiveness, logic, and action, while the feminine is related to receptivity, intuition, and creativity. These energies are not limited to one gender or another. Rather, we all have a unique mixture of these qualities. Finally, the principle of cause and effect is a universal truth that covers from classical physics to everyday life. Each action we perform generates a reaction or consequence. This principle is fundamental in science, especially in physics, where each reaction is the result of a specific action. In our lives, this principle reminds us that we are responsible for our actions and their results. Understanding the relationship between cause and effect can lead to a more conscious and deliberate life, where each decision is made knowing that it will influence our future. In practice, this means living with a greater awareness of how our actions, words, and thoughts impact not only our lives but the world around us. Together, these 7 principles offer a dynamic and profound framework to understand the dance of existence. From the infinitesimal quantum world to the vast galaxies, the hermetic principles of the Kybalion are manifested in each aspect of the universe, offering us a powerful tool to navigate and transform our reality. The impact of the Kybalion on the perception of reality. The impact of the Kybalion on the perception of reality is profound and transformative. By immersing oneself in the study and application of the Hermetic principles, individuals not only expand their understanding of the world, but also experience a significant change in the perception of themselves and their place in the universe. These principles offer a lens through which the world can be seen in a more integrated and holistic way, recognizing the hidden connections and the interdependence of everything that exists. The transformation often begins with the recognition that our perception of reality is influenced by our beliefs and thoughts, an echo of the principle of mentalism. By understanding that we are co-creators of our reality, people feel empowered to change their thinking patterns, act more consciously, and consequently alter their world experience. This change in mentality can lead to a more harmonious and meaningful life, aligned with universal rhythms and full of greater presence and purpose. In addition, the study of the Kybalion inspires many in their spiritual search and personal practice. There are countless testimonies of people who, by applying the Hermetic principles to their lives, have found a new direction, meaning, and well-being. Some relate how the understanding of polarity helped them to accept and transform aspects of their lives that they previously saw as negative. Others talk about how the understanding of rhythm and vibration has allowed them to flow more naturally with the ups and downs of life, or how the principle of cause and effect has made them more aware of the consequences of their actions. For example, an individual can share how the principle of correspondence allowed him to see the similarities between his own personal growth and the patterns he observes in nature, leading him to a deep sense of connection with the natural world. Another can relate how the integration of the gender principle in his daily life has balanced his creative and logical energies, leading to greater creativity and innovative solutions in his work and relationships. These stories and testimonials are a powerful testament to the impact that the Kybalion can have on people's lives. By offering a deeper and more nuanced way of seeing the world and our relationship with it, the Hermetic principles act as catalyst for personal growth and spiritual transformation, opening doors to new possibilities and paths in the lives of those who study and practice them. Finally, the Kybalion invites us to embark on a journey of discovery, to explore the mysteries of the universe, and to find in its wisdom the keys to a fuller and more conscious life. One of the most emblematic cases is that of the renowned thinker and esoteric writer, Manly P. Hall. Deeply rooted in mysticism and philosophy, Hall found that the Kybalion's universal principles that resonated deeply with his vast spiritual search. I hope you liked this video, and if so, I would like you to pay attention to the next videos to grow in knowledge together, since you will always be welcome here. I thank you for having made it to the end. Until next time, warrior.